As governors across the country ramp up restrictions ahead of Thanksgiving, our next guest says his state, Texas, will not shut down.
Joining us right now with an update, Texas Republican Governor Gov Abbott, who's heralding the arrival of a new coronavirus antibody treatment in the state as well. Governor, you got a lot going on, don't you?
You know, Steve, we have a lot going on, but I'm a little bit distracted because I still have the image in my mind about Brian's Deltoid that he was talking about 30 minutes ago.
Right. Well, I'm
You're not the only one.
I looking forward to the shot was my point.
Shots.
That's the shot.
One.
And listen, the shot is coming, Steve, going back to your comment. And what we began doing last week was we began the delivery of these antibody therapeutics. The first one that was delivered last week is the one by Eli Lilly. As you know, over the weekend, the Regeneron antibody therapy, the same one that President Trump took, has now been authorized for emergency use. We will soon begin delivering that. However, going back to the Eli Lilly one, going to all of these hot spots that we're seeing in Texas, whether it be El Paso or Lubbock and so many other places, this therapy is going to be available, is already available. We get weekly allotments where we are increasing the amount of this antibody therapy. And what this does is it allows people to recover as quickly as what you saw the president recover. And what it will do is it will keep people out of hospitals. So we will begin to see hospitalizations decline.
Good.
You know, someone asked me recently that they said they had the antibodies, and they said, do I still have to follow all the restrictions as far as travel is concerned since I've already had it, recovered, and I have the antibodies? And I said, good question. Can you answer that for us?
So when it comes to both the antibodies as well as the oncoming vaccines that, as you saw announced, will soon be delivered, maybe as soon as 3 weeks from now, it will allow people to be able to travel or interact or do common day activities without the same concern of getting COVID as would have existed before these medicines became available.
Yeah, I got a text message the other day from blood bank saying if you know anybody that has the antibodies, they need them. They need them for treatment. Haven't heard that in a while. Meanwhile, here are your current restrictions in Texas. Gatherings of more than 10 people prohibited in most circumstances. Statewide mask order instituted with some exceptions. Bars at 50%, restaurants at 75%. No capacity limits on houses of worship. Just keep your distance. You know what you're doing? Governor, you're giving people guidelines, but you're not telling them what to do. You're saying this is the best way to keep safe, but I don't want to destroy every business in my state. Why is that the better way to go?
Because, Brian, along the course of dealing with the pandemic, we've all learned what works and what does not work. And one thing that government does not need to do is to micromanage the lives of everybody. As you point out, we set broad-based guidelines for people to follow that lead to safe practices without micromanaging it. Right. Another thing that I've made clear, Brian, and that is no more lockdowns in the state of Texas. And I will tell you this, the value that some people place upon lockdowns is misplaced. If you lock people down, it's going to put them into confined areas where they can transmit COVID just as easily without protocols. And what we found in Texas as well as elsewhere is one of the leading places where people do transmit COVID are in these private gatherings. And so lockdowns are overvalued.
Governor, before you go, the governor of Oregon, a woman by the name of Kate Brown, says, hey, if you see anybody breaking any of our state suggestions and guidelines, call the cops. Is that the way they should handle that? Call the cops if you see somebody walking around with no mask?
I got to tell you, I think they may have some Fourth Amendment-based challenges there, but also I have to point out the irony. If I understand correctly, Oregon just legalized heroin and maybe cocaine.
Yes.
And so it's okay to have heroin and cocaine, but not turkey for Thanksgiving. That is un-American. It just does not make sense.
Good point. All right. Thank you so much, Governor. Happy Thanksgiving.
You all too. Have very happy Thanksgiving.
Thank
you, sir.
You too.